Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. So first I want to apologize for not getting a video out last Saturday. It was a pretty busy weekend. I wasn't here. I was actually in New Jersey. So I wasn't able to upload a video. So today what I want to do is talk about the ponds and what I'm thinking about doing with them right now. So first, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Also check out my Patreon and also check out Guppy Train because he's usually the one that provides me with the guppies I have. So right now what you're looking at is the 50-gallon pond, and as you can tell, it's had a great change. So we got this giant tomato plant right here that's actually growing also into the pond, but I left it there because it creates some cover and it keeps the water temperature from getting too hot. And right there you see the pump still going. Duckweed is taken over, and then this is the water lettuce. I started off with one, so if you guys ever go out to buy pond plants and they tell you have to buy a lot of water lettuce, you really don't have to. I started with one plant, which I believe this is the main one right here, and now I have all of these, plus some in the other pond on the other side. So right now it's late August. Next week starts September, and the nights are already starting to get cool, so what I want to do is start bringing these guppies in. I already brought some in, already sold off most of them. I still have some inside. But inside this pond, there is a lot of guppies. I got rid of, right, if you look right here, this whole chunk right here, I got rid of about 2 days ago, and I already filled in again. And when I fed them, I found a crazy amount of guppies. Mostly what I've seen is males, but the females are hard to see in here since they don't have as much coloration as the males. So I want to start bringing these guys in. If anyone wants any of these plants, let me know. I can get them out to you before I start breaking down the ponds. What I'm going to do is start cleaning out all the plants and then catching the fish below them. But to do that, well, once I do that, then I'll also put the plants back in and just let them in. Whatever doesn't get sold or get rid of, I'll just let die out and we'll start off again next year. The duckweed I bring inside, and I always just bring it right back out in the spring. Water lettuce, I never have any luck with it indoors, so I don't even try that anymore. So this is the 50-gallon pond, which I'm showing you right now, and you can see the coverage on this thing is perfect. The water is extremely clear. The first video I made of it, the water was green because it was getting a lot of direct sunlight. So once you put on this cover of plants, that green color goes away. So this is the 50-gallon pond. Let's go check out. Here we got the two 92-gallon tubs. This one, again, still has nothing in it. I never put anything in there. And then we got this one, which is also covered in water lettuce and duckweed. As you can tell, the water level is much lower since it hasn't rained very often. I didn't really fill it up. The reason I did that is this pond doesn't have that many fish in it. So it has 4 adult guppies, all females, and all their fry. The females came from the 50-gallon pond on the other side. And then I also have Corydoras adolphoi and Corydoras abrosis and some plecos in here. Now, this is the water that they're living in, but they're also using this water, so the water volume is still larger. So I didn't bother putting any fish in this. There's also an intense amount of shrimp in here that were moved from inside. So we got all that. I got this duckweed. It's already taken over. Somehow, let's see if I could get them in there. Somehow in these, there are also guppy fry, which must have moved in there when I moved the plants. This is the filter. I just left the plants on here. Duckweed doesn't matter. I love that stuff. It does really good. Keeps the tanks nice and clean. And then I have this 10-gallon. This is the one that was leaking indoors, so I brought it outside. If it leaked outside, that was nothing wrong with it, whatever. It wasn't damaging anything, and it kept filling itself up. So this is the Anubias that was in that tank that was killing the fish off. I didn't want to get rid of the plants, so I moved out here in case there's any disease on it, which seems pretty fine. And if you see on the bottom, there's a guppy right there. There's a couple little guppy fry in here, which I have no idea how they got in here, unless when I scooped in plants, I brought them in as well. But they're doing great, and there is no filter in here. So this is a 10-gallon tank, filled about halfway. No water changes, no feeding, no nothing. And these fish are doing great. So that's what we got so far. I don't think I'm going to pump this guy out yet. I think I'm going to just start off with the 50-gallon pond. since that's a smaller water volume and the temperature in there changes more often. These guys have been, it's mostly in the shade, they don't get too much sunlight, so the temperature stays pretty steady since there's a lot more water volume. And this is sitting about 75 degrees, so it's not too bad. Usually what I do is once they start dropping, the other day when I checked the temperature in here it was 70. That was after a small rainstorm. When it starts to drop into the low 70s, into the 60s, that's when I'll take out the fish. But the 50-gallon pond has some really good fish in it that I really want, and I think it's going to be time to start moving them. So that's all I got right now for this video. So this is going to be the first part. So I haven't really decided yet if I'm going to start taking out the fish and showing in this video, or if this is just the plan for now. So this is what we got. So let me know what you guys think below. And if I do decide to take out the fish, you'll see that after this clip. Alright, so recently you just saw the 50-gallon pond before I took out any of the plants. So right there we have the filter. Well, the brown means that it actually is cycled and it has beneficial bacteria in it. So I got rid of all the plants. They're all in this bucket filled with water just in case there's any fish that I accidentally scooped out. And I think I do see some movement in there, so there are some fish in there. The plants are going to be put in by hand, so any fish that are in there will be kept in there. Then I caught some of these guys already. So there's the male superior red. There's this pretty cool yellow male right here. This guy's awesome. Pretty cool looking. As I catch more, I'll show you them inside on how they look. But so far, these guys are pretty cool. It's just going to be a challenge to get them all out because there's a bunch of them in there and they're mostly down at the bottom. Did find a surprise in here. There was a dead mouse. Not something I was looking for. But yeah, alright, let's get back to that. Okay, so we got this pond pumped out and I took out most of the fish that are in there except for all the Corydoras. There is a lot of them. I did put 3 in there and I believe I counted a good 15 of them, of the Corydoras sabrosus. There's just too much fish poop in the bottom. The fish waste to get them all out. So what I'm going to have to do is let that settle and then take them out later today. All the fish I did get out of here, I moved to the 92-gallon ponds on the other side. So everything's in there and I'll take them out later on. Just because a larger water volume, it should all stay steady. So if you guys stay to the end, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like and comment below. Until next time.